And he was baiting the final right next to that keep. He baited that out with the concussion mine, made Blaze and Blaze come in right towards him. There was a great showing at the end too.
Yeah, and every time Blaze tried to throw down a bunker, it was just Riptire right into it, exploded instantly. Totally ineffective. But let's hope things go a little bit better in game number 2 as we get into it. IL definitely need to either start with a ban on Genji or think of a different way to handle Frankel's aggression.
Maybe they will take their own Genji. Of course, my ban.
Yep.
From Feliz, we are in Infernal Shrines. But Gyarados instead locked in instead of a ban this time. Genji still open. Could be a big harass. I think Feliz could just stay with a similar type of draft in this game and should be okay. See?
I mean, you know what they say the definition of insanity is? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I feel like for Feliz, they will be pretty happy with the way that the opening of their draft has gone. And really the only change up here for IL is that they will be grabbing Sonya away.
Yep, Sonya away, and they do have Garrosh already. A good solid solo lane. They are missing the DPS only. DPS only, so they have the tank support and solo lane locked in before the ban. So it's really hard for Feliz to lock in anything. Phoenix was the pick that IL was playing oftentimes on this map, and also Spiders. So it's going to be banned.
They played Phoenix basically as much as they possibly could. But specifically, yeah, you're right. It does make a lot of sense to have that banned here. What's going to be the ban here for IL? Last game, it was just ban as many tanks as you possibly could. But this is going to look a lot different, I mean, even already. So we're probably not going to see that ETC ban that did come through last time. I think then they wound up banning a new Barak here, but also that should probably be let through.
Something that can, and by having Zeratul up on screen, VP is allowed. And we will have Zeratul with VP allowed, so it's still very possible. We may actually have a Zeratul ban. There we go.
So even though it's allowed, it's not allowed.
Everything's allowed. There are no questions. Genji's allowed. Hanzo's not allowed, of course.
That's right. So we won't be seeing that anymore. But at least we do get to get a little bit further through the draft phase. I mean, for Feliz, they can kind of just do exactly what they did before. I mean, obviously it's a different map, but I didn't really see too many glaring flaws in their composition. If you had to adjust it for this map, what would you do, G-Clef?
It's pretty tough. As Zeratul ban, I think they were just looking for the extreme outcome. That could have been a chance because you can't really snipe. And there are lots of tank open. They already have the Garrosh. You can't really snipe one right now. So a similar one. It will keep the same Junkrat along with the Genji, just having the consistent poke and some burst damage that will be coming in with the Genji, picking up kills just like that. And more than actually being picked from Feliz, I was expecting somewhat of more than from IL tonight. Maybe some switch will be happening as we have best of 7 tonight.
Yeah, we just get a chance to see everything that these teams could possibly have planned. I agree, yeah, Muradin was kind of an IL hallmark along with the Phoenix, so we're not going to see either one of those. I think the biggest strength for IL is they did manage to secure that Garrosh right off the bat, but what are they going to finish it out? Is that a Vala? Okay.
Avala, yes. Avala, Valario, to clarify. Valario locked in. Double support meta. Is it coming back? IL trying that once again. Great with the Garrosh. Sustain will be insane on that shrine. Sonya looks pretty mad to me, staring at my eye right now.
With her eye. Oh, I guess Sonya's got 2 eyes. Vala may only have 1 here.
Yeah, that's what we like to call Halloween high school Sonya.
What? It's like straight out of the Hard Rock Hallelujah music video, if you've ever seen that.
Well, we haven't had double support for a long time. And we watched it fail so many times back in HGC Korea Phase 1. And
how many times?
Even, I think there were close to 10, and I believe only less than 20, somewhere around 10 to 20%, of course, excluding Tassadar. Okay. So very low. There was 1 win with Karazim, with Karazim Mario against the Tracer. That was impressive, of course. But other than that, Even that game, maybe people like, KSP like almost lost that double support. But Leoric to finish up, very tanky line, and Feliz, they can do this because they know that Genji will be harassing the entire game.
We have lots of poke from Feliz there with the Junkrat. Aimer, like you said, really just never got touched at all in the last game. So we'll see if Feliz can do it again as we get into game number 2.
Here we go, game 2 between ILLLL and Feliz. ILLLL on blue side. We may actually have swap up side depending on the first pick. First pick, from what I've been told from the production of InBen, the first pick will actually go towards the blue side all the time.
Okay.
If Feliz continue their win, maybe they will just stay as it is right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, we might just see the same sides for both teams over and over again. Definitely an interesting hallmark of this format. I like that, for the Open Division, we had the playoffs just a few days ago, and then we had the Open Division Finals. ILLLL almost clutching that out. Unfortunately, they were unable to take that. So they come in here in second place out of the Open Division after the playoffs against Feliz. And game number 1, I'll be honest, looked a little bit rough. So for game 2 here, my eyes are going to be on Frankel. Can ILLLL shut him down, or is he just going to keep going off for Feliz?
Well, it may just take some time. They have figured out, lots of teams have figured out the weakness of double support. Sustain, of course, great. So good. You can cover anyone's mistake. You have the double support to cover multiple mistakes at the same time. You can cover the weakness of one support as the other support will also heal the support at the same time. So it seems perfect if you're just listening about this. It seems like, how can you lose with the double support? They have to go around together. They have to be sticking to each other. So in terms of macro, the rotation, they have to be slow. But for Feliz, they don't really have anything like a fall stat or the Haka as a global to make sure they have the pressure onto the split lane. So in this case, ILLLL, not too bad actually with the double support.
Yeah, that's right. They were actually able to take their first camp already while Feliz were double pressuring top. They chose to go for these camps. They're going to get their, what are those, Khazra Raiders? I forget what we call those.
Which one are you talking about?
This one.
It's so easy. The spear camp.
Well, I mean the official name, G.
Official name.
I believe they are Khazra something or other.
Something with the yes, I do remember.
My spear dudes. There we go.
Spear, the goatmans, yes.
Goatman.
One of them is actually not attacking at the moment, but will continue to attack starting from now on.
Okay. Right on time to take them out there. They deal a little bit of damage.
It's easy. Pumpkin men,
okay.
goatmen.
Pumpkin men, goatmen.
Pumpkin bros. It's all official.
Nothing but the most official naming conventions. Are they going to go for the dive on Samad?
The drain.
Oh, man. I'm glad they didn't get greedy.
Well, up to 20%, but of course you get slower. You get slower movement speed once you connect, so...
Can't quite chase it through.
Well,
yeah, Sonya's having a little bit of a rough time up top, so I'm glad that ILLLL are going to rotate and might head up there afterwards. It's looked a little bit rough up there. Hasn't been getting a whole lot of help, but at least the first shrine is, of course, up top, so they're going to go kill off some monkey boys.
Yep. That's defenders, of course.
Defenders, okay.
Where'd you come up with monkey boys?
The little icon looks like a monkey's head.
No, it doesn't.
It does too.
It does look like a Punisher head. Arcane Punisher head.
Does it really?
Yes.
Does it really?
Go get glasses. That's why
glasses.
I wear glasses all the time.
It also makes you look at
getting locked in with the CC so mad. Getting some choke from the healing and the armor sustains pretty well from the Uther healing from Kakimchi. Here's the thing. A little easier with Vala now chasing off to Frankel with some range damage off the side.
Right. And even Aimer is taken a little, or pushed a little bit further back, not just allowed to get totally free hits.
So this is a start. Look at the minimap.
Right.
Feliz already pushing split lane. Both lanes, all soaking from all 3 lanes, in fact. They're winning an EXP, of course, IL. They will be catching up with the Punisher a little bit. But the first one, not the strongest one. So sometimes the teams actually give up. Just make sure they soak, not damage too much. Because once you have the Junkrat, you can just soak out and damage the opponent at the same time. OJ with the Muradin can sustain all the punches from John Cena, so totally fine here.
That's a new one on me. I gotta keep up with my heroes needs. Nice to see him going forward. Nice toss there. Actually might result in the first kill, and that's gonna be Muradin out of there. I think he soaked up a little bit too much there, G-Clef. The Punisher punished out of there, but it does mean first fort goes their way. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with IL right now.
Yeah, Feliz, they did about the same. They lost the fort, but look at the experience. IL, they were staying together for such a long time. And not that they were bad, but they did get the kill. Luckily, Muradin was the one kind of making a mistake there by staying too long after getting too much damage from the Punisher. Great job by IL, but they need to make their rotational work. And oftentimes we had 5 men gathered up from the shrine because you don't really have the information. But once you do, you can split up at least the member to off lane. Maybe have him join the fight later on. But that's one of the weaknesses of double support, as I talked about before.
Yeah, it certainly is. You can see that reflected in the experience. Level 9 already. IL still catching up. So I do want to see them split off to the rest of these different lanes to make sure that they can at least get back up into the experience count. But it looks like they have returned to split soak, but even the push up the middle, now that they're even not as 5, is still going very well for IL.
Pushing in with Vala. Seems like a pretty comfortable one. Arpian. We'll have to get used to that name. JD on Ariel, Rugea on Garrosh. You guys can tell there as they're just going around the camp. The goat men here. Now you know.
I do. Learning one step at a time. A, I have to remember how to pronounce the player names. B, I gotta learn about my goat bros up there. C, I don't know. We'll figure out something else that I have to work on.
Well,
C is the word I'm not allowed to say.
C is the word, yes.
Okay,
exactly.
I'm doing pretty well so far.
Yes,
one
so
step
far.
at a time.
Yes, still a long way to go. BO7 Rapid. Second game, OJ.
Difficult.
OJ is actually one of the players, I would say the only one who prefers to play on that Muradin. So there is that small overlap in the tank pool between Rugea from IL and OJ from Feliz.
Small overlap. I just want to see what the next move is right here. We saw exactly what you were talking about. IL, as soon as they feel the least bit pressured, they just... It's like, what do you want to call it? Like an octopus, where as soon as you poke them, they just like recoil.
Octograb?
An octogram? Pentagram?
Octograb.
An octograb?
Do you not know what that is?
No.
Okay, you don't have to.
Should I know
you
what
don't
that is?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
All the chat will make fun of you, but you don't have to.
I feel like they're going to do that anyway, so at least we have an agreement here.
And, ooh, going for that war with no Poison Spear from on 7. I was expecting, it is... Still, I would prefer the Poison Spear. There's Genji and Junkrat there, so...
It's all your fault, G-Clef. You brought this upon me.
See? Not knowing Octograb. They're pretty disappointed, Rapid.
I'm
That's the first thing when
too.
you study about Heroes of the Storm.
Oh,
you
is
have
it?
to know, yes.
Man, I really
that
messed up.
green creature, yes, you do have to know about it.
Well, this is where they can tweet at Rapid Casting and let me know about that and any other relevant memes I need to find out. Oh, catching Samad out off the rotation takes him down to half.
Well, Sonya, pretty strong, can sustain a little bit more with the whirlwind. Just catch on to Leoric, only doing some damage to Panaton. Franco oftentimes just slashes out. And not enough because you can't really get the kill alone against the double support. Little harder this time. Franco's doing some damage. Getting that percent damage onto Garrosh seems like a good one. Entomb. Bala, there we go with the Riptire. Is it going to connect? Does not connect to Bala. Is safe in the backline. Sonya with the D-Shield sustaining for such a long time. But he is getting trapped. The D-Blade, Dragon Blade, sweeping through a first kill onto Uther. The second kill onto Garrosh. We'll just continue with the Swift Strike over and over again. And of course, the conclusion is protected, by the way.
Oh, nice finish there. But Franco, man, oh my God, this guy is a monster. He keeps going in, and even though maybe he didn't start out so flashy in this game, team fights like that make it all worth it. An impressive Genji performance, and Feliz will take the shine.
Because it is not the Genji with the change with the Dragon Blade after the patch. With the Duckard Cane patch, there will be a change onto Dragon Blade where you're no longer get... with the hit onto Dragon Blade, you're not getting the refresh onto the Swift Strike, so it's a lot harder. It's a different Dragon Blade after the patch, but still we're in the old one, where Genji is pretty strong, as you guys saw.
Well, also Frankel makes him just look a little bit stronger than usual. I'm pretty sure his Genji deals about twice as much damage than mine does, but either way, it's very impressive to watch. And now we get a chance to watch what Feliz can do with a Punisher of their own.
Duckard Pain's...
Why do you call him Deckard Pain? He's had a lot of pain in his life. G-Clef, he doesn't need
I had
more.
Duck for last dinner, so maybe that's a thing.
Okay.
And I felt pain this morning by waking up at 8. By waking up by 7:30 a.m. That's my life,
maybe
guys.
Deckard feels that same pain.
Well, there's a healing potion being dropped every single time. Pretty strong right now, almost destroying the Nexus. Deckard Kane getting banned all the time.
He certainly is. Ugh. I'm glad that we don't have to watch what I have to experience in my Hero League games here in the Crucible.
Feliz still leading big time. They don't really have anything down there going for Kakimchi as Uther slightly getting caught. Bala trying to save his support as Bala needs a support, but on the Entomb onto misses the Stone Bolt.
Got caught in the cage. Hanatan going forward. Got Kimchi
With the
low.
Riptide is coming. The Vala does take damage, but double support. Pretty strong. Throws in Frankel, but he's Genji overall. D-shield onto Garrosh. I don't know what exactly happened there.
Yeah, I felt like he was pretty safe there, but I don't know about how much safety is coming in here. Great positioning there by RPN. He's staying safe in the back, but I just don't think he can put out enough damage.
Another reset onto
Frankel's
Swift
killing
Strike,
everybody.
continuing. D-shield was needed at that moment. Was out. I think the
Wasn't
moment
there?
they wasted that D-shield, they should have backed away. They didn't really have to contest, of course, right before 16 Feliz was, so maybe this was your only time to open up the window, but once the D-shield is out, and we never really get to see the Crystal Ages for some reason, maybe JD really not feeling most comfortable on Ariel yet.
Well, like, why? I'm still like, why do you use D-shield there? I don't know exactly what they were
Maybe fat
protecting
finger
against.
or misclick.
Maybe just a little bit of a nerves affecting them here. You know, the Open Division is played online, so you know, having this offline experience, not something that a lot of our newer teams are experienced with.
Open Division, of course, playoff of finals, played downstairs, right below us.
But not the regular season.
Not the regular season. It used to be, but not anymore, I think. And still, double support, a lot better, I would say, compared to Game 1, but still having lots of trouble against that Genji. I think what they need is this crisp timing on the D-shield and the Crystal Ages. I think that's exactly what they need. Oh, Ariel getting some CC.
No. Ooh, that was a little bit scary. At least Uther was there.
D-shield will be back very soon. Still no cooldowns on the UI. Sorry for that, guys. But you guys basically know when it's going to be up. You guys played enough Hero League.
This is where we test our audience. You guys thought you got to sit there and eat your Cheetos and drink your Mountain Dew, but no, you actually have to pay attention.
Yes. That's exactly Wolf.
Gone,
not
but not
Cheetos
forgotten.
with the chips.
Oh, that's right.
Instead, but he does love Mountain Dew, which I don't. But it's okay. We're still friends.
I'm glad we can be friends too.
Are we?
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Okay, all right. Glad we could reaffirm that.
Genji, look at the positioning of Frankel. It's spotted by Gakimchi. Will cyber agility away. Samek getting some damage. Sonya, great for sustain, but Hanatan with the Entomb on the Bala and Ariel together. There goes in. Rain tries to save. Actually, Concussive Mind does save them out of there. So Riptide will actually not find the best target. Focusing on to Sonya. Does not get entangled. So will safely manage out. Or is she going to? Chases on.
Samad very low, and I think might actually be the first casualty.
Finally, Crystal Ages, but too late. Sonya was off to the side alone, just buying few time. And that was it. A kill for Feliz once again.
Feliz just crushing it. They don't even care about the objective. They'll let Leoric take that out in the back while they continue to push it up the bottom. I mean, we are on to the final wall, protecting our keeps here. What's going to stop Feliz? It certainly isn't working for IL so far.
I'm having lots of troubles timing their protection from the supports. Has been pretty hard. That concussive mine actually saved the backline.
Yeah,
Bala and Ariel together. If they stayed in the Entomb with getting some damage from Riptire, it was pretty far away. Maybe not possible, but still. Could have been even worse. Multiple kills. More kills from Franco. Once goes in again. Gets trapped and entangled.
Oh my god. Just blown up instantly. No counterplay available. And this time, Junkrat's not going to save you, Rugia. He is very, very low and just getting lower and lower. Forced to back out there. Now the Arcane Punisher.
Punisher is here to stun. Chain stun Yi-Shield onto Ariel. You know how painful that is to have the Yi-Shield on your support. Both supports go down. At the same time, Rugia is trying to survive. Even with that 49 armor, not really possible without the support. And will be the final kill. Securing Punisher onto the keep. Should be core right after following up.
Oh, baby, a triple for Franco there in the end. Insane performance once again. And, I mean, Feliz, it just doesn't look much better than that. They lost the first Punisher, but they got the next two, and they styled all the way through. A very impressive win as they will take down the core and take game number 2 in this Crucible.
Yep. A start of what could be the end. I feel Franco's so good with the Genji, but that is not the only hero he's really good at. His Tracer was also banned against all the other Korean teams. His Tracer is scarier than this Genji. When that Genji is taken away or banned, I believe Tracer, it's about time to see that Tracer from Franco once again. Pretty scary games coming out from Feliz. They're very dominant. They know exactly what to do because they were the team from Open Division when double support was the meta. They excelled on it. They knew why they were strong, why they were weak against the macro. Just using that against a newer Open Division team. Well done in game 2.
Yeah, it looked honestly very similar to game number 1. I would say that maybe IL opened up a little bit stronger, but as soon as the experience disadvantage kicked in, it just got more and more difficult to keep up with Feliz, who just